Coming up, 4 people shot in D.C. overnight. A man was killed, another hurt in a popular Northwest neighborhood. Plus, how D.C. crime is trending and the suggestions being sold to leaders to curb crime. Banning guns. The efforts in Montgomery County to stop illegal guns from getting into the wrong hands. The legal blocks that allow for some exceptions ahead. Rubber soon meets the road. Preps are underway for the first of its kind race around the National Mall. What locals and visitors can expect as traffic disruptions are set to start.
And as we end this weekend, it's been a fairly quiet one, although we've had a couple of showers pop up. We'll show you the latest radar and talk about the 7-day forecast. All coming up. Stick around.
Also talk about cash from Amazon. How to nab $51 from the on-time retail giant after a major settlement. Why the case came to a close and how to get a slice of the pie.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Sunday evening, thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Ben Dennis. Your top story tonight, 4 people were shot overnight in the district. 1 person was killed. Police first rushed to Valley Avenue in Southeast near Oxen Run Park around 9:45. That's where they found a man shot once near the Wheeler Terrace apartments. The unidentified man died at the scene. No word on what any suspect looks like. Later, around 1:45, D.C. cops were called to 15th Street in Southeast near the Giant food store. It's also not far from that first shooting. Officers say a man and a woman were found shot. Another woman was assaulted. Now, she denied to be treated, but the shooting victims were sent to the hospital. The suspect, an unidentified woman, police say the victims know her, but how is unclear. And 3 hours later, not long before 5 a.m., a man was found shot near Logan Circle in Northwest along Vermont Avenue and Q. This is just a block and a half from busy 14th Street. The victim was sent to the hospital. He is expected to be all right. Police say that they're looking for a male who's wearing all black clothing at the time, presumably connected. As of this morning, no one has been arrested for these 3 shootings. New data, meantime, shows some of the worst crimes are happening less in D.C., including murders. Good news. However, assault with a dangerous weapon cases, they're up. The latest data from the end of the week shows D.C. homicides are down by 37% from last year. Assaults with a dangerous weapon, that's up by 44%. Motor vehicle theft is down 53%. Well, national group known as the Council on Criminal Justice released a mid-year report on crimes in U.S. cities, noting D.C.'s progress. The report's author says it can offer guidance on what works and doesn't in order to help lawmakers to find some solutions.
First step of that is identifying the problem. And I think that's one of the most important, is not to just go off anecdote, but look at the data, understand what the problems are, where in the city the problems are, identifying people at the most risk of violence, and then adopting a certain policy. It's going to be unique depending on the situation, but adopting an evidence-based strategy.
The report did not detail how the National Guard's presence in D.C. may have contributed to the latest statistics. We've also learned that a man was found shot in North Bethesda overnight. Montgomery County police say they've responded to a, quote, disorderly group on Wilkins Avenue around 6:30 a.m. The area is a light industrial small business corridor south of the Park Lawn Memorial Park. And on scene, officers found the man who was shot. No suspect is in custody, and the circumstances of the shooting are unclear. Well, staying in Maryland, the Montgomery County Council has overwhelmingly voted to restrict ghost guns from being near kids and to prohibit guns in certain public spaces. Council members say the ban brings county law in line with the state Supreme Court ruling in May, and that ruling found previous county bills on the issue exceeded local authority. While the new legislation would ban ghost guns, they could be legalized if a federally licensed gun dealer issued a serial number. All right, more local news in a moment. To your forecast with meteorologist Scott Sumner. Scott, good to see you. I know we had a gorgeous Saturday. Sunday, we didn't see as many storms pop up as we may have anticipated, but some are starting to appear here.
Yeah, the biggest one is south and out of our area, thankfully so, but we do have a little baby shower out here. It's moving to the southeast at about 15 miles an hour. It's coming out of the eastern panhandle of West Virginia, Moving in towards Loudoun County, Round Hill, it'll impact you here at 9:16, Percival at 9:25. As we widen out the view, though, really not much else. The big boys are down Charlottesville, south and along I-64, again out of our viewing area. So this is the little baby cell that I was looking at there, coming out of West Virginia. Other than that, pretty quiet. Now, there may be a couple more baby showers that pop up through the evening, but for the most part, we're going to be quiet and mainly benign. As you can see, this shower moving through Loudoun and potentially holding, if it does hold, moving in towards Fairfax County. All right, July 27th, you're moving out the outside. You're going out the door, starting a new work week. How can you expect to dress? Well, for temperatures like these in the upper 60s to around 70 degrees. It'll be a little humid out there. A light west-southwest wind and partly cloudy skies. It should be dry for you to start your Monday, but it may not last. We'll talk about the timing of rain moving in with our futurecast coming in just a bit.
It also will not be long before some auto racing's top drivers zip around the National Mall in a first-of-its-kind race in the nation's capital. And as our Dave Laval tells us, there's plenty to do and preps are underway before rubber meets the road.
Work continues on the tower here at the start-finish line of the Freedom 250 Grand Prix. It's one of two buildings going up for the big race, but not everyone is glad to see them.
I'm sorry to see this building going up and blocking the view of the Capitol.
Phil Copper of Chevy Chase, Maryland, is no fan of the work being done ahead of the race.
The mall is a wonderful place. It was meant to be the people's playground, not a construction site. Thank you.
The Champions Club is located along 7th Street. It's the other building under construction where fans will watch the action.
My wife thought it was maybe a new museum coming up, but I honestly didn't have a clue what it was.
David Eaton of Lynchburg, Virginia, and his family stopped to look at the work along 3rd Street.
I mean, I think it's awesome. You know, I mean, it's bringing communities together from all sports across the nation. You know, it's really an interactive sports where people can come together.
Besides 3rd Street, the 1.6-mile course will involve portions of Pennsylvania Avenue, 9th Street, Constitution Avenue, 7th Street, and Independence Avenue. Paving of those roads will take place during the overnight hours. All road closures are expected to be announced before the race. Just a reminder, the Freedom 250 Grand Prix takes place August 22nd and 23rd. Along the National Mall, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Gentlemen, start your engines. Dave, thank you. In the district, the ability to pass local tax laws is in jeopardy. Congress is looking to change the status quo, and it could essentially ignore city-approved budget bills. Republican leaders introduced legislation to require congressional approval within 60 days of any council-passed bill that imposes or increases the tax or fee. Opponents argue it's congressional overreach, saying it would prevent D.C. from cutting taxes, could paralyze D.C.'s tax code, and add another barrier for D.C. to govern itself.
We wouldn't be able to respond to things like the massive job loss that came as a result of this administration. It also would destroy DC's economy because the bond markets would essentially blacklist us because we have no control, and control of our local budget would be with a Congress that doesn't do anything.
Let's note, Congress can already stop any D.C. tax laws. Currently, after City Council passes a bill, Congress has a month to review it and pass or disapprove it. The new legislation will give Congress the ability to never take up the bill, and it would not pass. The resolution now moves to the full House for a vote. It is expected to be on murky ground in the Senate. Heads up in Virginia, if you live in Fairfax County, it is almost time to pay your real estate taxes. The first installment of bills due on July the 28th, that's Tuesday. You can pay online using the My Fairfax portal. But if you haven't gotten a bill yet, you can find out how much you owe by using Fairfax's real estate assessment tool, and you can search for that online. Arlington leaders are weighing possible changes to how the county is governed, including if the county can become a city. However, the county attorney is pumping the brakes, urging caution. A new report from County Attorney Ryan Samuel says changing the current government system could mean losing powers that are already unique to Arlington. The report also notes the county could not become a city until at least 2032. Why? He says because of a statewide moratorium. County board members are expected to review the findings this fall before deciding on any next steps. The U.S. Department of Transportation has announced they will invest $24 million to speed up some improvements at D.C.'s Union Station. D.C. News Now's Max Marcilla shares what those upgrades could be for commuters.
According to the DOT official we spoke with, passengers here at Union Station could see a noticeable difference to the concourse and even a lounge for Amtrak riders. All of those changes could come in the coming months. But these are just short-term improvements. They have a longer-term vision as well. Just to remind you of how we got here, it was last year that the federal government, led by the Trump administration, took over Union Station. And then a few months later, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy announced nearly $500 million for projects highlighted by structural repairs and an expanded concourse. We spoke with Deputy Transportation Secretary Steve Bradbury, who says those improvements can help get developers more interested in the long-term projects.
It's a gorgeous building, but I'll tell you it's in terrible shape in terms of some of its systems right now. They've been neglected for some decades. To get the station up to state of good repair at a basic level and make some short-term improvements to the passenger concourse, we think will make the investment opportunity more attractive for developers.
So those are the short-term fixes. They're in the works. But what about the long-term projects here at Union Station? Because remember, when the Trump administration took over Union Station, it did so and scrapped the Biden-era plan that had long-term projects, from parking garage underneath to developing the air rights over the tracks, turning it into residential and office buildings, hotels. So what about the long-term plans? Well, first of all, with parking, the DOT official we spoke with says underground parking is a non-starter, but improvements could be coming.
We're looking at improving the existing parking garage, perhaps a new parking garage, but we're also open to other options of moving the parking across the street.
And lastly, in regards to air rights, the administration official says they're hoping to get developers involved in the next year, come up with a master plan, and he says right now, everything is on the table. Reporting at Union Station, I'm Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
All right, thanks to Max for that update. Coming up on DC News Now, Montgomery County plans to buy a historic ferry on the Potomac River. Why there's still no guarantee service over to Virginia will restart anytime soon. 9:12, taking a live look outside. Scott Sunders got your full forecast, your 7-day outlook, and when you might want to grab that umbrella after the break.